Hello everybody, welcome to online classes. Now I am going to explain some important MCQ from haloalkanes, haloarenes, Grignard's reagents, alcohols, phenols and ethers. Order of hydrolysis in the increasing order. 4 molecules are given. Hydrolysis depends on the stability of carbocation. So during the hydrolysis, halide ion is removed, then carbocation is formed. Formation of carbocation can decide the rate of entire hydrolysis. That's why which one can give stable carbocation, its rate of hydrolysis is maximum. So first one gives phenyl carbocation, which is highly unstable. Second one gives 2-degree carbocation. Third one gives allyl carbocation. This is allyl carbocation, 2-degree allyl carbocation. Fourth one gives 3-degree alkyl carbocation, tertiary carbocation. So we know the stability order of different carbocations. Among all these four, allyl carbocation is the most stable. Next to 3-degree carbocation. So the most stable one is allyl carbocation. After that 3-degree carbocation, then 2-degree carbocation. 2-degree carbocation is in 2. After that phenyl carbocation. So the correct order is 1, 2, 4, 3. 1, 2, 4, 3 is in option D. Yes. Next one. Alkyl chloride reacts with silver cyanide to give A. A on further reduction gives B. So we have to find out both A and B. So this type of questions, roadmap questions, are very important. We know alkyl chloride reacts with silver cyanide to give alkyl isocyanide. Alkyl chloride plus silver cyanide. With potassium cyanide we can get alkyl cyanide, but with silver cyanide we can get alkyl isocyanide, or NC is the product. This is A, alkyl isocyanide. On further hydrolysis, further reduction, what happened? You break two bonds, 2 pi bonds. N takes hydrogen and C, after breaking 2 bonds, it takes 3 hydrogens totally, or NHCH3. Where is the correct option? A is RNC and B is RNHCH3. B is the correct answer. Next one. Which of the following orders regarding the boiling points of the given alkyl chloride is? We know boiling point is directly proportional to intermolecular forces of attraction, directly proportional to surface area of the molecule, directly proportional to van der Waals forces, indirectly proportional to, inversely related to branching. Among chain isomers, when branching increases, surface area of the molecule decreases, boiling point decreases. So boiling point and branching among chain isomers, both are running anti-parallel to each other. Both are opposite. When branching increases, boiling point decreases. So here CH3, CH2, 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 Cl. So 1, 2, 3, 5. First one CH3, CH2, 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 Cl. N butyl chloride. One more is there, CH3, CH2, CHCl, CH3. 2-chlorobutane. Another one, tertiary butyl chloride. This is tertiary butyl chloride. So among these 4 chain isomers, N-butyl chloride has no branch, that's why it has the highest boiling point. After that, around the carbon holding halogen, there are 2 branches. One is ethyl, other one is methyl. So next, tertiary butyl chloride. Around the carbon holding halogen, there are 3 branches. So as the branching increases, boiling point decreases. So the correct option, first one only, option A. Next, which one is the most reactive towards SN1? SN1 reaction occurs in 2 steps. First step, carbocation is formed, that is the rate determining step, formation of carbocation. After the formation of carbocation, nucleophile will attack. So the rate of entire reaction is decided by the stability of carbocation. So which of the following can give the most stable carbocation? Its reactivity will be more. So first, benzyl bromide, you write benzyl carbocation, CH2 plus, this is stable due to conjugation. Next one, CH, you remove bromine and put plus symbol, CH6H5. This is 2 degree benzyl carbocation. Still it is more stable when compared with the first one. Option C, C6H5, CH, you remove bromine, one side H, one side CH3. This is also 2 degree, but B is more stable when compared with C, because 2 phenyl groups are there around carbocation. Dispersal of positive charge will be more. Coming to the option D, phenyl group, to this carbon is there, to that carbon one side CH3, one side again C6H5, and other side bromine, that is removed to give carbocation. So among these 4 carbocations, in the option D, we are getting most stable carbocation, 3 degree benzyl carbocation. 3 degree benzyl carbocation is more stable. So option D is more reactive towards SN1 mechanism. Next one, to prepare anisole, which is the best method. In the first method, methoxide has to attack at the electrophilic carbon, but breaking of CBr bond is very difficult. The reason, between bromine and carbon of the phenyl group, partial double bond character is there. This is SN2 mechanism. So bromobenzene doesn't undergo SN mechanism as easily as alkyl halide. That's why first method is wrong. We cannot prepare anisole by this method. Next one, phenoxide ion is the attacking nucleophile. Easily it attacks at electrophilic carbon and Cl minus C is removed to get anisole. The third one also, CH2, this is highly unstable, but heating symbol should be there. N2 gas is escaped. CH2 is inserted between O and H. O, between O and H, CH2 is inserted, giving anisole. But here the yield will be less. So the best method to prepare anisole is the second method. Correct answer is B. Next, which cannot undergo E2 reaction? In E2 reaction, this is halogen to be removed, beta hydrogen, both must be in the opposite direction, anti-periplanar elimination. E2 reaction is anti-periplanar elimination. Beta hydrogen and halogen to be eliminated must be in the opposite direction. So when hydrogen is removed by a base, CH bond pair is dropped between alpha carbon and beta carbon. Alpha carbon pushes electron pair onto halogen. So between alpha and beta, double bond is created. So in order to get in this is single step reaction. In order to get alkene by E2 elimination, beta hydrogen is compulsory. So without beta hydrogen, there is no chance for the elimination to get alkene. That's why in the option A, it gives cannot undergo, they are asking. This is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. Beta carbon has hydrogen, so it gives E2 elimination. Next, option B, alpha carbon, beta carbon. At beta carbon, hydrogens 3 are there. So B also can give E2 elimination. Option C, if you take alpha carbon, beta carbon. At beta carbon, 2 methyl groups and 1 ethyl group is there. So there is no there is no beta hydrogen. For beta elimination, beta hydrogen is compulsory in the option C. Since beta hydrogen is absent, this cannot give E2 reaction. So correct answer for us, C. What is the major product of the following reaction? Hydrogen bromide in excess. So propanol, CH2 double bond CH, CH2OH, allyl alcohol. To this HBr is added in excess. We know OH minus is removed and bromine is attached. We can get allyl bromide. Nucleophilic substitution takes place. After the formation of allyl bromide, HBr in excess, they mentioned HBr in excess. So now H goes to HBr in excess. H goes to carbon with more number of hydrogens according to Markovnikov's rule. Bromine goes to carbon with less number of hydrogens. So the final product is CH3, CHBr, CH2Br. Vicinal dibromide is the product. So the correct answer, A only. A is the correct answer. Next, order of nucleophilicity in polar protic solvent. Polar protic solvent, example water. So it is having polar molecules as well as H plus ions also being provided. So now halide ion is hydrated. Among these halide ions, which is more hydrated means smaller halide ion. Since F minus ion is more hydrated, extent of hydration is more for F minus smaller ion as the negative charge density is more. So the less degree of hydration for I minus, as the size of anion increases, degree of hydration decreased, and that can move quickly and that can attack at electrophilic carbon easily. So nucleophilicity depends on the speed of reaction, how easily, how quickly nucleophile attacks at electrophilic carbon. So in presence of polar protic solvent, what happens? Smaller ion cannot move quickly since it is hydrated more. That's why larger ion only can move quickly. So I minus can move quickly. Nucleophilicity is highest. Next to Br minus, next to Cl minus, next to F minus. So correct answer is A. Next, in the following reaction sequence, A and B we have to find out. OCOCH3, phenyl ethanoate is given. First one is pH OCOCH3 phenyl ethanoate on heating with AlCl3. Very big mechanism. This is a named reaction. On heating with AlCl3, what happens? I will explain. H and COCH3 both get exchanged from ortho position. OH At ortho position, COCH3 is attached. After the formation of phenyl methyl ketone, aromatic ketone, this is subjected to iodoform test. Iodine in the presence of sodium hydroxide. We know iodoform test or haloform test is given by aldehydes or ketones containing alpha methyl group. Aldehydes or ketones containing alpha methyl group. Otherwise, alcohols also can give which are having beta methyl group. This type of alcohols also can give iodoform test. So this is a ketone. In this ketone, CH3CO group is present. CH3CO group is present. So this gives iodoform test. During the iodoform test, what happens? Alpha CH3 get converted to CHI3, yellow colored precipitate, and then other part will be converted into salt. COOH is formed actually, but that undergoes neutralization with sodium hydroxide. That's why benzoate we can get. This is the product formed. So A is this one, B is this one. Where is the correct option? So they are asking B only. D is the correct option. Next, ring cleavage, cleavage of the ring. In the presence of acid, first one we will discuss about the formation of X. Cleavage of the ring in the presence of acid medium follows SN1 mechanism. Cyclic ether, unsymmetrical cyclic ether. First it undergoes protonation by taking H plus. Cyclic oxonium ion is formed. After the formation of cyclic oxonium ion, since oxonium O plus is highly electronegative, immediately ring opening takes place. The electron pair from left side 3° carbon is shifted onto O plus because there is a chance for the formation of stable 3° carbocation. CH2OH. After that, the attacking nucleophile is H2O, which contains isotopic oxygen, radioactive oxygen. So this OH will come and attack at electrophilic carbocation. Later H plus is eliminated. So the final product is CH3OH. Here oxygen 18 is present. CH3CH2OH. So this is normal oxygen, this is radioactive oxygen. This compound is X. Next one, Y. So in the presence of methyl alcohol, this leads to SN2 mechanism. In the presence of methyl alcohol, methoxide is attacking nucleophile here. It follows SN2 mechanism. So in SN2 mechanism, nucleophile prefers to attack at the carbon which is less sterically hindered carbon. CH2 carbon is less sterically hindered carbon. So CH3O minus attacks at CH2 carbon and then O minus is formed. CH3CO minus CH3 CH2OCH3. This O minus takes H plus from methyl alcohol. Then we can get CH3 CCH3. Here OH, normal OH, CH2 OCH3. This is Y. Now you check the answer. A is the correct answer. Next one, reduction. Sodium borohydride can reduce only carbonyl compounds to corresponding alcohol. If it is aldehyde, it gives primary alcohol. If it is ketone, it gives secondary alcohol. That's all. It cannot reduce ester or acids. But LiAlH4 can reduce both esters as well as carbonyl compounds. So in the presence of sodium borohydride, only aldehyde group undergoes reduction. Single bond O takes one hydrogen, carbon takes another hydrogen. So CHO will become CH2OH, CH2, COOCH3 remains constant. It will not be changed. Ester not being reduced by NaBH4, that is weak reducing agent. So this is A. Next one, LiAlH4 can reduce both ester to alcohol, aldehyde to alcohol. So CHO will become CH2OH, next to CH2. After that COOCH3 is reduced, COOCH3 is reduced to two alcohols, CH2, CH2OH, and other one also will become methyl alcohols, of course. So this is B. You check the options. Yes, answer is D. Next, propene can be converted into 1-propanol by the oxidation process. Indicate which set of reagents among the following is ideal to effect the above reaction. So which one is required? We have to write propene CH3 CH double bond CH2. Requirement 1-propanol CH3 CH single bond CH2. Here we have to keep OH at first carbon, H at second carbon, meaning addition of H and OH. OH is going to the CH2 carbon, H is going to the CH carbon. So this is exactly opposite to Markovnikov's rule, anti-Markovnikov's rule. So addition of H2O according to anti-Markovnikov's rule takes place by HBO method, hydroboration oxidation. In the hydroboration oxidation, first it is reacted with BH3 or B2H6 in THF. In the second step, it is oxidized by hydrogen peroxide alkaline, H2O2 in the presence of alkali. So B2H6 supplies H, that goes to carbon, doubly bonded carbon with less number of hydrogens. H2O2 supplies OH, which goes to the carbon with doubly bonded carbon with more number of hydrogens. So now the correct option is B2H6 and followed by alkaline KMnO4. This is called HBO method. Next, gemdiol of which carbonyl compound will be the most stable? So gemdiol, since two OH groups are on the same carbon, becomes unstable. Easily it undergoes dehydration. H2O is eliminated to give carbonyl compound. This is reversible reaction. So carbonyl compound, carbonyl carbon, this undergoes addition of H2O to give gemdiol. So the stability of gemdiol depends on the stability of carbonyl group. If carbonyl group is stable, gemdiol is unstable. So the stability of carbonyl group and stability of gemdiol is exactly opposite. Electron withdrawing groups can destabilize the carbonyl group. So in the option D, NO2 at ortho and para positions, CF3 also is, this is electron withdrawing group. Since 4 electron withdrawing groups are there, this carbonyl group is highly unstable. When this is highly unstable, its gem diol, after the addition of H2 at C double bond O, we can get gem diol. This gem diol is highly stable one. So answer is D. The major product obtained on the monobromination of the given compound. So whenever two key groups already present, when two senior groups already present, during the addition of, during third electrophilic substitution, it will be decided by the strong one. OCH3 and CH3 both are ring activating groups by plus R effect. But CH3 is weak ring activating group while OCH3 is strong ring activating group. So OH3 is strong electron donating group. That's why incoming electrophile has to obey strong electron donating group. So the OCH3 is ortho-para directing group. It can suggest two ortho positions and one para position. But this is very strong donating group towards para position because of minus I effect. Minus I effect is negligible at para position. That's why OCH3 is, whenever OCH3 is directing electrophile at ortho and para positions, para disubstituted product will be the major product. So when we want to get the major product, the electrophile will attack at this position. So the electrophile is nothing but Br plus, bromonium, bromination. So Br plus prefers to attack at para position with respect to OCH3. So correct answer is B. Monochlorination of toluene in the presence of sunlight followed by hydrolysis. So first you write what is toluene. Methyl benzene is called toluene. Monochlorination in the presence of sunlight. So in the presence of ferric chloride, it leads to electrophilic substitution reaction at ortho and para positions. But in the presence of sunlight, chlorine splits into chlorine free radicals. Chlorine free radical substitutes at only benzylic carbon or allylic carbon. That's why hydrogen from benzylic carbon is substituted by chlorine. Benzyl chloride we can get. After the formation of benzyl chloride, this is subjected to hydrolysis. During the hydrolysis, chlorine is substituted by OH. So we can get OH at benzylic carbon. This compound is nothing but benzyl alcohol. So the final product obtained is D, benzyl alcohol. Next one, acetic acid with LiAlH4 gives ethyl alcohol, CH3 CH2OH. So A is ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol plus acetic acid in the presence of acid catalyst. So after the formation of A, you write acetic acid, CH3COOH in the presence of acid. Esterification takes place. H is provided by ethyl alcohol, OH is provided by acetic acid during the esterification. Then we can get CH3CO coming from acetic acid, OCH2 CH3 coming from ethyl alcohol, both get connected. This is nothing but ester, ethyl acetate is the compound. So here A is ethyl alcohol. In the option C and D we can get, but B is ethyl acetate. Ethyl acetate is present in D option. So the correct answer is D. Next, to complete the following reaction, this is very big one. In the presence of H2SO4, OH minus first protonated and removed in the form of H2O. in the presence of acid, OH comes out in the form of H2O by taking H plus. Then carbocation is formed. To this there are two CH2 groups, 1, 2, 3. Third one is converted into carbocation. To this third one there are 3 methyl groups. Sorry, fourth one. So 1, 2, 3. This will become carbocation. The carbocation formed is nothing but 2-degree carbocation. So we know whenever 2-degree carbocation is attached to higher degree carbon, there is a chance for the rearrangement. So CH3 minus from the next higher degree carbon is shifted onto carbocation. This is called methionide shift. Carbocation rearrangement takes place. So I will write clearly. This is the carbocation formed, 2-degree carbocation. So one of the CH3 groups converted into CH3 minus and shifted on to 2-degree carbocation. Carbocation rearrangement takes place. After the carbocation rearrangement, to this 2-degree carbocation CH3 is attached. Next one is 3-degree carbocation. This is 3-degree carbocation. So after the formation of 3-degree carbocation, which is relatively stable, then electrophilic substitution reaction takes place. This is orthopara directing group. At ortho position, the electrophile 3-degree carbocation will attack. From that ortho position, H plus is substituted by 3-degree carbocation. H plus is removed, and in place of H plus, 3-degree carbocation is attached. So this is the new bond formed. At this 3-degree carbocation, still 2 CH3 groups are present. On the next carbon, CH3 is present. So this is the final product. So where is the correct option? A. A is the correct answer. Okay, like this you have to first follow the synopsis. You must go through the synopsis properly and try to solve as many problems as possible from organic chemistry. Okay, all the best.